Hello,
Hello.
everybody.
Hello, everybody, once again. Welcome to the IPMA Global Awards webinar. This is a marketing promotional webinar in which we will actually explain to you a lot of important things about the applications and the awards process. And today with us, we have Mary Kuticheva, Global Awards Director. We have Przemek Slavodomansky. He is a coordinator for small and medium-sized projects and also one of the assessors for large and mega projects. And we have Michael Boxheimer, the assessor for large and mega projects, but also the trainer for Project Excellence Model, one of the trainings which we are actually recommending for some of the applicants. I reminding you that you can use Q&A option to raise all of your questions, and today during this webinar we will try to answer all of your questions. I will give now a word to Mary Kuticheva.
Thank you, Vladana. Hello, everybody. My name is Mary Kuticheva, and I'm the award director. I'm really delighted to welcome you to this special webinar of the IPMA Global Awards. It's a great pleasure to have so many of you here with us today. As Vladana mentioned, we will try to make our session interactive, and please, I encourage you, be engaged, write your questions, and we'll try to address all of them during the webinar. So now let's take a look at what's today on the agenda. We'll start with an overview of what this session is about and what you can expect. We'll introduce you to the prestigious IPMA Global Awards and their significance. We'll talk after that what are the benefits for you and your organization, why participating is actually can be a game changer for you. We'll also show you a step-by-step guide on how to apply. We will look at past winners and their inspiring achievements. Last but not least, we also want to touch upon what are the upcoming IPMA events. As you may have heard, we are celebrating 16th year anniversary of our association. So without further ado, I want to get started and start first with what is the IPMA legacy. IPMA has a 60-year legacy as the world's first project management association. It was founded in 1965. And interestingly, the very first name was Internet. Later, it was changed to IPMA. We are a true pioneer that introduced the first certifications in project management. All the others did it after us. And we set a new standard for professional development in the project management field. It has been at the forefront of defining excellence. We devote to standards that empower individuals, projects, and even organizations worldwide. And with our strong focus on competence-based education, training, and development, we try to ensure that project professionals have the skills and the knowledge to excel in their project management roles. Based on these standards, we also built our prestigious global awards and recognition programs, and we try to celebrate the outstanding achievements in project management, which are not only for projects and teams, but also for individuals. We have different global events and networking. We provide networking opportunities, which actually help us to bring together different professionals from different industries and share insights and drive innovation. Today, we have about 71 countries worldwide who participate in IPMA. They are members of IPMA, and they continue this mission to advance the profession in project management and to promote project excellence across the globe. IPMA offers different products and services, and I would like to mention some of them. We have the annual World Congress, we have the research conference, we have different global project profession forums, we have also different standards and standardization validations, which we do also at the national level. We are very active and we are very digitalized, so we have a very well-distinguished IPMA blog where you can read different success stories and different ideas for project management, and we are very active on social media. Based on the standards defined, we also developed our global awards. We have coaching for development and Delta, which is actually the standard for evaluating the organizations. So if I just have a glimpse quickly at what are the global standards, I want to focus on the very first one, which was introduced. This is the ICB, the International Competence Baseline for individuals. This is mainly for project management, working in projects, programs, and portfolio. Later, we developed the Project Excellence Baseline. We'll go through the details for this baseline later. And this is actually for achieving excellence in projects and programs. After that, several years later, the research evaluation baseline for researchers have been developed. We have also a big research community where we try to bring also our practitioners, also our young talents together with researchers. And for this purpose, this research evaluation baseline actually was developed to support and help the academician world. And last but not least, we have the organizational competence baseline, which helps for developing organizational competencies and managing projects. So we try not to have these three different types of standards in isolation. We try to bring them together and for all of them to have different types of awards. But let's now go into a little bit more into what are the IPMA awards. One can ask what is actually hidden behind the awards. So IPMA Global Project Excellence Award is a prestigious international competition that has been recognizing outstanding project management achievements since 2002. It's based on the standard which I mentioned, our Project Excellence Model, which is a framework that evaluates project performance, leadership, and best practices. It promotes excellence, and it also gives us opportunities for global recognition. Just for information, we had over the last 23 years, more than 230 finalists from 34 countries, showcasing a diverse range of industries and project types. On top of it, we have also the so-called individual awards. We started 13 years ago with these awards, and they focus more on the project managers, on the individuals. The standard which is used for evaluation is the individual competence baseline. We promote also excellence and innovation, and it's a truly global impact because normally we have around 25 winners from 20 countries each year. And this is also not only experienced project managers, but we also focus on the young talent, on the young project managers. In this category fall project managers which are with the age up to 35. So what kind of project categories we have into our Project Excellence Awards? We have two types. One is large and mega-sized projects. These are really very, very big projects. And we have small and medium-sized projects. Here you can see that we distinguish between IT, telecommunications. We have sectors like construction, engineering, infrastructure. We have change management, product development, marketing, social, regional development, and community service. But we decided to go beyond because there are more necessities on the market. So we introduced three new awards, which are the PMO award. We want to recognize outstanding project management offices that really drive organizational success. We want also to acknowledge diversity, equity, and inclusion in project management. And last but not least, the sustainability awards for honoring initiatives and those project managers that really contribute to the environmental and social sustainability. If we look at the distinguishment between the category types, so we have small and medium-sized projects. I talked about the categories, and from a budget perspective, these are normally projects within a budget up to 50 million euro. The way that the process goes, and we will look at the process steps, is just the very first step is the application report. The submission deadline is, please take a note, it's 14th of May. You can find the information also on our website. For the large and mega-sized projects, we distinguish between large and mega-sized. Large are between 50 and 200 million euro, and mega-sized projects are all projects that go beyond 200 million. And these two categories are open for all types of projects. We have seen some really amazing projects. We have seen spaceship projects. We have seen constructions projects. We have seen energy projects. So it's really worth it to come and be a part of this community where this experience is shared. For large and mega-sized projects, the application, there is a difference. Here you have to prepare an application form, which has to be ready till the 9th of May, and then the submission of the report is again on the 14th of May. Then for individual awards, we have different types. We have Project Manager of the Year. We distinguish also between experienced and the young talent. So we have also Young Project Manager of the Year. We have Agile Leader. And in the sustainability area, we also distinguish between experienced project managers and young project managers. Of course, again, new awards we want to bring, and these two new awards are the PMO Manager and the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion awards. So just to have a quick glimpse at these more than 230 finalists that I mentioned, you can see here that we are widespread all over the world in the 5 continents. Of course, the biggest number of candidates and finalists are in Europe, followed by Asia. And we are trying to bring now more North and Latin America to us. On the left-hand side, you can see all the countries. They are 35 countries that participated in our awards. And now let's look at what is the Project Excellence Baseline. So Michael, the stage is yours.
Yes, thank you. Thanks, Mary. The IPMA Project Excellence Baseline is one of the standards that Mary mentioned. It was published in 2016, and it provides a lot of guidance to implement and assess excellence in project management. And as a important element of it, you can look at the IPMA Project Excellence Model, because that gives more the operational basis for assessments. And it has been, it's already an evaluation of the, on an advancement of the first Project Excellence Model that was published more than 20 years ago. Next one, thanks. And here we assembled some of the typical Project Excellence Baseline users. Certainly it's in the first place senior management, because they are typically interested in improving processes, procedures, and how they do projects. But apart from that, it's also project and program managers, PMOs, heads of PMOs, and a lot of other audiences in the knowledge quality and process managers area, researchers, and also in any case, the award trainers, the assessor teams, and also the applicants, because the Project Excellence Baseline and the model are the reference for this. Also, consultants, coaches, and trainers make use of the Project Excellence Baseline and apply it internally in companies or offer it to their customers. Yep. Here's sort of the entrance to the model. You have 3 areas, A, B, C, and criteria to assess project management are linked to those areas. So the area A is about people and purpose. It's also called Foundation for Excellence, because people are always the driving factor of excellence. Then the area B is about processes and resources. Here it's about project management and other key processes. And in area C, we look at the project results. And the project results are basically then the proof of excellence. Here, just a short dive into the area A, B, and C. So, as I said, people and purpose, it's about leadership and values in the project and in the company, with several criteria that are oriented to those topics. Then you have the A2. The second part of this is about objectives and strategy. So how you manage stakeholders' needs, develop project objectives, and realize project strategy. And the third part of it is about project team partners and suppliers. So how you compose and how you develop a project team from different, with participants from different backgrounds. So this is more the people-oriented part of the assessment. And in the area B, we'll look at, or the assessors will look at processes and resources. And here, the first certainly is your project management approach, your project management processes and resources, and how you develop them over the lifetime of your project or program. And the second part of this set of criteria is about the management of other key processes and resources. For example, how you integrate the HR department in your project, how you cooperate with them. Or another example that happens in any project, takes place in any project, is about how you cooperate with procurement, yeah? How you select suppliers, and how you cooperate with your internal partners in the HR, in the procurement and HR area. Yeah, next one, please. So those two areas and the criteria that are linked to those areas, here we are looking for a multi-source feedback, because what we are looking for is, how did you plan? How did you plan your approach? How was your project design set up? Which procedures, methods did you choose in the first place? So that is about planning. And then it's interesting also for the assessors how you implemented all those procedures, methods in your project. And then it's interesting for the assessors also to, did you regularly evaluate the procedures and approaches that you took? And then did you find out maybe there is some room for improvement concerning the one or the other approach? Did you act? And then the next step is again planning how to implement changes to what you initially planned. And the expectation basically is that you apply this PDCA approach to all the topics in the area A and B. And if you have a project that lasts a year, or if you have a mega project that lasts for several years, there is a lot of potential that you can show and use also to improve your project performance. Yeah, let's go now to C. C is about project results, and I pass on the link to Przemek to explain.
Hello, everyone.
This.
Good, thank you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time zone. Here, we are not talking about only the applications. We are talking about the business sustainability and development in projects. So we are trying and we are escaping from one-dimensional approach to projects like profit or whatever. We as well escaping from seeing the project in traditional way as constrained by three constraints, which is scope, time, and cost. Of course, time, scope, and cost are still very important, and you may find them in C4 area. But our focus is mostly on the future, because excellent project is a way and direction for the future. So the question is, shall this particular example of the project be copied for the future? So experienced managers may remember similar approaches in balanced scorecard in general management. To give you an example why it is important and why this approach is very useful for your organization, I remember one of the projects I assessed, large and mega projects within construction, led by a charismatic leader, the founder of the company. The results were very good. The leadership was something to be copied. But the question was, after the end of the assessments and lots of our talks, can you scale it up? Or what will happen if they miss you for any reason? Not necessarily you will die, but you may as well be engaged in developing new businesses. So it is necessary, as Michael explained, to see it from different angles. Area E, leadership, area B, processes. That was basically missing in the example I am discussing. And see the results, but the results escaping this time scope and cost approach. So you see here the satisfaction, because the satisfaction of stakeholders is drivers for the business for the future. So we would like to discuss with you, based on application and based on site visits, based on the interview for smaller projects. So exchange the ideas and to look deeper into your stakeholder satisfaction. Of course, first is the customer. And we are trying to look at it from two different perspectives. The first is somehow direct. It is called customer perception. What do they say about it directly, openly? There could be a congratulation letter. There could be opinion survey, satisfaction survey. But it is not enough, because you would like to see as well something which we call indicators. Indicators, in the case of customer satisfaction, could be repeated orders, could be media messages, could be conferences, could be references. So they are not saying that they were satisfied, but they are accepting your future customers for the site visits to see how excellent your solution is. So we have the same approach for a team satisfaction, because we strongly believe that the one team composed of direct employees, of people engaged by body leasing, by your partners and suppliers, their satisfaction is crucial for the success of future projects. So we would like to see and discuss with you this perception. Again, could be satisfaction survey or indicators. They could be retention rate. They could be sick leaves ratio and things like that, depending on your areas of business and other stakeholders, like they could be regulators, they could be local society, they could be city council, whoever is impacted by a project or think he or she is impacted. And of course, as I said before, we do not escape from a traditional business approach like cost, scope, and time. So that's in C4. So in C4A, we are discussing the achievement of objectives related to the objectives set at the beginning of the project. C4B is interesting because it's a kind of a reminder that we cannot foresee everything. So if we talked about environment, sustainability comes to mind. But sustainability basically is the core of a project excellence. So our business doesn't stop after this project. We would like to continue and be more successful in the future based on the sustainability issues from the environmental sense, but as well in the social sense and the business sense. And C4 C4 basically is to see the performance, whether the project was ambitious. We would like to see the benchmark, because it is easy to fulfill all the project objectives if they were not that ambitious. So, so let's see the examples. How do we present the final results? So if you may see the next slide, you see the examples of three different profiles of the project. And if you remember what I have told you about this charismatic leader having excellent results, you can easily find yourself. I give you 5 seconds to make up your minds. So which profile describes this particular project? So of course, that's the second one. So the second one is a startup, is charisma, is dynamics, but you cannot easily scale it up. So probably it will hit the ceiling quite soon if you will be not addressing the enterprise resources like processes. Michael was describing that. So the result of the assessment is as well drawing your attention of the company who would like to look further into the future, that maybe there's an area for improvement here. Or you may have the first profile, which is a very mature organization, corporate world, that the processes are there, but the sense of purpose somehow is lost because we are just going into one direction because we ever were going into this direction and would like to do it again and again, and it works for some time. But if we lose the sense of purpose and the dynamic leadership, probably the next turn on the market, let it be disruption of supply chain we are experiencing today, we must be in a big trouble. So the third one is a good one. I mean, that's the balance. That's the balance that everything which is needed is in place. So excellent projects, in our opinion, are the projects which are balanced, having gained the experience in the processes, as well good leadership, and as well good results, including satisfaction, because satisfaction is foundations for the future, satisfaction of our customers, satisfaction of our team, and other important stakeholders. So if we may look into more detail on the next slide, we see the structure of drill down. We do not sum up the areas because you would like to see that everything is balanced, but you may drill down and to see what are the constituent values, for instance, for leadership, whether your team management is considered by the assessors an excellent, or you need something more for leadership, or vice versa. So for each and every area, you may find the detailed descriptions with the strengths as perceived by the assessors. So you have it, the example here in very small print, but you will have it in the big print after the whole process with what we think is the strength. So something you may distribute with your organization, or we call it areas for improvement. It doesn't mean that we think that you must do it, but at least please do consider that something could be interesting for you. The decision is yours. We are not a consultancy company. So we are only showing you that thinking about some areas, some phenomena, some processes, some approaches may help you in the future. So that's about the model in general. That's about what we are going to get. Oh, well, the question is answered. I have a quite interesting question. In the project performance slides comparing 3 sets of the result, it is somehow idealistic. It is, of course. If the project can only meet on the first 2 profiles, can you believe it's more worthy on award? No, absolutely no, because it means that it is not sustainable. Because the third one, the third bar is a satisfaction. If we may obtain excellent results for certain projects, like a very good EBIT, profit, whatever, but the cost of squeezing the personnel, the team members, it means that they will leave. And replenishment of the competencies will be very costly, very time-consuming, if ever possible. So please be assured that during the Winners Club, you may meet the organization with similar profiles, with really balanced approach to the project. And then there is another question for sustainability-related awards. What is the timeline after the project is completed to consider the project result is sustainable? That's a very difficult question, because in sustainable projects, the focus is on benefits, and benefits are going beyond the project closure. So it is somehow contradictory, because we would like to assess the project quite quickly, and we cannot be sure what will happen after 10 years. Of course, we cannot wait 10 years. So please give us an evidence that the benefits are there and will be there. So let's assume that something like 1 year is still okay, is that we have enough information and clues to think what will happen to the benefits, and if benefits will be realized. That's one of the most difficult topics regarding sustainable projects.
Maybe I can just add something to this. If you take the example that a company turns a refinery that uses oil and gas into a H2 production facility. This is also a project that you could add to sustainable investments projects. Then it's quite evident if the production site works, the objectives in the business case can be achieved, and usually there is some time between the end of the project and the start of the use of such a H2 production unit, so you can also already see whether it fits to its purpose. Just as an example.
Yeah, that's a very good example, Michael. I think that you hit the nail in the head. What I would like to add here is that it is not only our problem. I mean, how to assess the sustainability of the result. It's as well your problem as managers, as project managers and the company leads. Because having in mind benefits, we do not talk even only about the sustainability benefits, long-term benefits to the company. You may somehow find a way to motivate people to contribute to the benefits, not only to the technical results like cost, scope, and time. So we'll be glad to discuss it during site visits and Winners Club.
Thanks, Przemek and Michael. So let's go further.
Sorry, we have one more question, but it came to the chat. The process of submitting a project seems very time-consuming. How many hours would one business spend on the whole process? Your estimation, please.
Przemek, Michael, do you want to answer this?
Well, it really depends on projects. So at the moment we may guess. What I would like to say, it is not a lost time, because it is related to lessons learned and the learning curve. So if we are talking about large and mega with budgets like 1 to 10 billion euro happen. So the investment here in the review, in the preparation, could be 10 man days, person days, for the preparation of the report, the interviews, because no single person knows everything about the project. So somehow you are accumulating the knowledge from different sources, and then you need to spend 3 days during the site visit to discuss it. And then you have the presentance and analysis. But it is not something which is the exercise per se. It is useful for learning of the organization. So I would say that it is not even necessary to send the application, but please do make this report, because then you will reflect about your strong points and areas for improvement yourself.
Thanks, Przemek. Just looking at the
and if you apply for the small projects category, you will typically spend less time to prepare the application, and so it depends on a lot of elements. And as Przemek has said, it's in the first place, it's an investment in the development of your project performance. Thanks.
Thank you both. So let's go further and let's look at what are the benefits for you and your organization. So in today's competitive world, we recognize on a global scale different projects, different project managers, and our awards give the opportunity to gain recognition and rewards. This can be done on a national, regional, and international levels. Furthermore, as Przemek explained, we also give a detailed overview of your project management strengths, the areas for improvement, and this is done by experienced, independent, and international team of assessors who are professionals and who have done this work for years. And another key benefit is the chance to evaluate your project management competencies and innovative practices, providing you with insight on how your work stands out on the global arena. So you receive something like a benchmark. Where do you stand in comparison to other projects? Additionally, by attending our events, which we organize on the award site, you can participate into the networking. We have a special winners club where you can meet with other applicants, and you can also exchange your experience with them. Important is that you can get local, national, and regional and global participant publicity. The next question that applies is actually how to apply, and the easiest question and answer is what our winners say. So they always say we can tell the world how good we are. We can celebrate our success within the team, within the organization. You can also reward your team and all your customers and stakeholders. And last but not least, as I mentioned, you can learn a lot from all our assessors who are independent experts. All the winners are invited, and finalists are invited to our award winners club. We started this in 2007, and it was first for the project excellence finalists and winners. Then we added people, so project managers from the individual awards, and last year we also brought the academicians, the researchers, so that we can fill in the gap between the researchers and us, the practitioners. And if there are any questions or any new methodologies, standards, or tools that are developed on one side, that we can share our experience. You can see also that lots of big companies participated in this Winners Club. It's not a one-time participation, it's recurring one. If you participate more years, then you will have the chance also to meet some of the people again next year. So if you're interested, what are the next steps? Przemek?
Thank you, Mary. So how do you prepare for the application for a PA award? First, define the project. Depending on your business environment, it could be a big project, a program, or a part of it. Some companies are approaching in a sequential way, treating the application process as a learning experience. So they try to do it as soon as possible, not finishing all the program, but selecting a separate part of it. So first, define what we are going to talk about. Then it is good to make sure that your team understands what we are talking about. So the training in understanding of the model. What is the excellence? What are the parts of the excellence? What are good practices? Just to check and compare. So you may train your specialists, your project managers, or yourself in project excellence, or as well in the assessment process. So yearly, we are delivering a number of trainings. So let's be in touch. So all the kitchen of assessment is open. There are no secrets. So we'll happily share the way we are assessing the projects. So you may do it yourself for your organization. So then you may select the project and write finally the application report. Depending on the size of the project, you may use it just a few days or up to 10 days, depending how detailed and how big the project is. So it will take some time, and please remember that the application is a project by itself, so needs nice planning. Then we have a site visit. For large and mega projects, the site visit is on site. So a group of independents from different backgrounds, professional backgrounds, and different cultural assessors are visiting the site and talking and interviewing important stakeholders. For a small and medium, it is done virtually, and it has a form of online interview, 1 or 2 hours session with a project manager and the assessor. After that, the work is ours, and we are meeting again during the gala, hopefully that you are nominated to be a finalist. So we have a award gala. You will be given after the gala the assessment report. And please remember, you may meet your peers from other successful companies. Technically, if we may go to the next slide, technically, the application is not that difficult. The awards website give you an opportunity to fill everything online. So go to awards, and then you may see the address. Then go to the projects, to the project excellence, for instance, and then you will be filling the application, choosing first the categories. So if we may go further for the next slide. So you have all the instructions ready. So it's not necessary for you to remember it by heart. So you have all the information on the website. And when you are ready to fill the application, so you may go to the next picture, showing the entry form. The entry form could be a little bit different because we are all the time changing. We are expecting you to learn, and we are learning as well. So for instance, when you decide for a PMO award, you will find another option here. Not only large size, mega size, small project, but as well, for instance, PMO awards and even more awards. So then you are choosing the award, and you are just filling all the requested information. So the key steps is, it's good to train. So we invite you for this kind of webinar, all the training, including the assessment training. Then please submit the application form. It is not the report, it's the form, meaning that you intend and you plan and you would like to enroll into the competition. Then 22nd of May, the application report should be ready. Give us 1 month for preparation for the analysis and first phase of assessment, and then to participate in the set time in a site visit. For large and mega project, it's usually 3 days on site, and the 4th day is internal assessor day, just to prepare the outline of the report when all the information is fresh. Then 19th of September, there's a gala event. And then in October, you will get the whole feedback report with all the statements, how group of independent assessors from different areas of business and different cultures see from different angles your project. In small and medium-sized projects, it is quite similar, although it is a little bit simpler. So 15th of May is application report deadline. Then you are planning with the assessors team and team lead assessors the online interview. Then the assessors are preparing the report and the judges are making a decision who is the finalist. So the notification is not about the final result. It is only the notification that you are a finalist. Who is a gold winner and silver winner will be announced during gala, again, 19th of September, and again in October, you will get the full report. So as for application costs, I will pass to Michael.
Thank you. There are different levels of application costs depending on the category. So in small and medium-sized projects, you have an application fee of 600 euros, and it is reduced to 300 if you come up with a social, regional development community service project. For large-sized and mega-sized projects, the application fee is 4,000 euros. And that covers the different activities that are linked to large and mega-sized projects. To add to this, large and mega-sized projects, you have a visit of assessors of the assessor team to your project site or to your company headquarters. And these costs need to be covered as well by the applicant, and they are not included in those 4,000 euros. Okay, next one, please. And also application costs exist concerning the individual awards. So you see here the application fees for the different categories: Project Manager of the Year, Agile Leader of the Year, and Sustainability Project Manager. It ranges from 200 to 350 euros. And for Young Project Manager and Sustainability Young Project Manager, it ranges from 100 to 200 euros for the application. Okay, Przemek, your turn again.
Thank you, Michael. Just to recap the time schedule for large and mega-sized projects. So you see it here on screen that the key dates are 9th of May. So the decision and submission of the form, not the report. The report is expected by 22nd of May. In the meantime, you may train yourself and train your team. Then give us a time for the assessment, and we are meeting on the site visits. So please prepare as well for the site visit. There's an interactive process with a team lead assessor when you together decide how to organize it. And I would like to stress that we are not auditors. We are not looking for non-conformances. We would like to get as much information to help you to receive the most useful final report. So let us help to find more information about your excellence, because then you may reinforce it in the future. So we are looking for something which cannot be proved from application, although the assessors team strongly believes that there is in place. So let's plan it in an effective way. For the small and medium, the key dates are middle of May for application report, is much shorter, so it could be done much faster. It concentrates on not only on the criteria, but as well on the lessons learned and the learning of your organization, the reflection, which is very precious for yourself as well. And then to plan for online interview. So the date for online interview is flexible, depends on your availability and availability of assessors. And if I may refer back to the site visit basically is a fixed time because it is quite difficult to assure the time of independent specialist on IPMA side because we must plan it quite well in advance. Each of the assessor is a professional with a quite busy schedule, so coordinate this is a little bit difficult task. So please help keeping this time fixed. And as well, just to mention the individual awards. So the middle of May as well, submission of application reports according to the rules. And please remember that you may present you or your managers for different categories in different lines. There could be young project manager, it could be project manager, there could be sustainable manager. So there are a lot of interesting options to be recognized and to learn. Okay, thank you. So any questions regarding this part?
Hello,
So
we received several questions in Q&A session. So we are international consultancy business. Is there a template available to request approval from the client to submit a project? And what is expected from them, such as allowing a site visit or something else?
There is no template for it because the setups are different. And what is important? They are projects submitted by organizations similar to yours. What is necessary is the availability to interview your customer. So that's the minimum. So of course you must assure the right to use the name in the application form, because it will be described. The application form is confidential, meaning that we are not sharing it with anyone. Any kind of a communication is agreed. But the minimum is that we shall talk with the customer, because we cannot assess the project without the contact with the customer. So this bare minimum is the opportunity to talk with the customer, and preferably to see the result. So if the project was versus the investment, to see this investment, this I don't know, the power station, university, a bridge, or something. So that's the minimum.
Okay, we have more questions. How are going to be evaluated the projects? And is this awards based on the contribution period during last 1 year, or with project initiative closure, or we can nominate based on a good work project done in previous years as well? I would like, before our assessors and team answered, to inform you that for each application you have submission guidelines, and in these submission guidelines you have actually time frame when the projects need to be finished. There is different time frames which projects are eligible based on the type of the application for which you are applying, but in most of the cases the project should be finished or phase, if you're applying with the phase of some bigger project or program, approximately 18 months before the deadline. But please double check on the website, or if you cannot find it, raise a question, send us email on awards@ipma.world, and we will help you, because it can differ based on the type of the application you are submitting.
Yeah. And it's also that the assessor look at the whole life cycle of the project. So some projects, they last a year. Other projects lasted 3, 4, or 5 years. So it's always the assessment covers the whole project from the beginning till the end when everything was delivered.
Right. I think that shall answer the question. So there's no limitation as far as the beginning of the project is concerned.
Yeah.
The rest is in the guidelines. So if we may go to the next question, there is a question about the regional awards. So of course, we'll be more than happy to help. The questions about the help of a global awards organization. We like this kind of questions and messages. So please be in touch. We'll make available all the knowledge setups, even the IT tools. It is possible to use it.
And there is a question about judges, assessors. They
Yes.
are not.
They are not IPMA employees.
Yeah.
They are basically practitioners from different backgrounds. So they are project managers, they are managers, they are as well university researchers, but they are not IPMA. They are independent from IPMA. What is important that we take a great care with making sure there is no conflict of interest. So we are not assessing anything from which could be a competitor to our organizations, and it is make crystal clear that it will be not the case. I remember as well in my case, when they were suspected something that could be conflict of interest, I immediately notified the award office, and they took her. By the way, the answer was, please go ahead, because if you are aware of the situation, your opinion will be okay. That was a kind of a slight possibility.
And maybe just to add here, so all assessors and judges, they are volunteers. So they're not, as Przemek said, they're not IPMA employees. We are all volunteers, but every volunteer should be nominated by his or her member association. So if you belong, for example, to, let's say, to Germany, the German member association should nominate you and should really confirm that you're a member, an active member of the association, and you contribute to this association, to this member association in Germany, so that you can also participate at an international level. The same applies also for the regional awards or regional activities.
So it is something like giving back to the profession. There's as well a question in the chat about the documents. Firstly, we would like to stress that documents are confidential. So it is not expected that all the documents will be attached to the application. What happens? What is the solution that you are saying? What kind of documents? If you are talking about the large and mega projects, so then at the end of the application, there could be a list of available documents during the site visit. And during the site visit, you would like to see the documents, but not to get them. So someone from your organization is organizing the access to the, for instance, to the IT system, to the document handling system, and showing the documents. We are not having any kind of a copies of it, no photos, nothing like that. They could contain the professional confidential information. So it is not expected that all documents are attached to the application in this case. And Vladana, how are we going to be evaluate the projects? Would you like to answer the question?
Yes, I can. So once again, based on the type of the projects and application for which category you're submitting, but for Project Excellence Award, small and medium and large and mega, different types, the basis is actually Project Excellence Baseline and Project Excellence Model. This is the model which we explained at the beginning of this webinar. So our assessors are also assessing the project through this and using this standard. All the application will be assessed anonymously. And for each application, it depends, of course, of the type of the application. We appoint 2, 3, or 5 in case of large and mega size project assessors. All of them are professionals. I would like to add to what Przemek and Mary said. So all of the assessors are also high level, level A or level B IPMA certified, and some other project management certification also, and all of them pass the exam for project excellence assessor training. So with this, we actually guarantee the highest possible professional level of our assessors. So each of them first do the desk assessment, let's say it like a desk research, so it's a desk assessment. And then at the end, when we collect all the scores, so we are scoring actually each of the projects on a quantitative and also qualitative way. So when we collect all of these quantitative scores and the qualitative recommendations, the judges' pool is based on the recommendations of assessors and the mean of the scores. They are deciding which project will actually be awarded. In most of the cases, we are having 3 different places for each of these categories. So there is an option to have gold, silver, and the bronze winner per each of the categories or subcategories. And in some cases, because of course this is the global award and we are promoting the project excellence, in case that in some categories from year to year we don't have all of these places, it is also possible because there is also a bare minimum, which is actually because it's the best project in the world, not that minimum. So there is actually benchmark above which you need and your project to be. Also, one of the important information is that when you are applying, especially for small and medium category, there is from time to time different questions that applicant cannot specify to which area their projects is completely going. So is it construction or maybe IT, in case that there is a building of some different buildings, including all of these things. So you can always put and choose the category for which you believe that there is, but there is always a possibility that the awards team after the assessment actually clarify that you are maybe a better fit in another category. In these cases, we will send you the email to inform you, so just not to be surprised that in case that you are appointed to different category. I hope that I answered the question.
So let's go then to the last part of our presentation. I just want to walk you quickly through our winners from last year. We had our gala in Cape Town and we had 25 winners for Project Excellence Awards and for individual awards. And I want to show you that we have, as Vladana and Przemek said, we have bronze, silver, gold in different categories. You can see that we were very diverse from different continents, from different companies in different countries. In the large and mega, then these are the small and medium awards, where you can see that we had companies coming from construction, engineering, infrastructure. We had only one which was for social, regional development and community service, but this is also dependent on how many applicants we have and what is the decision of the judges. The same was for change management, product development and marketing, but we had 3 winners in IT and telecommunications. A lot of project managers, young project managers of the year. Last year, for the first time, we had the Sustainability Project Manager Award for experienced professionals and for young crew. And very important is that actually these project managers can participate not only in the individual awards, but they can be the project manager of the Project Excellence Award. So they can actually lead, and there were some examples, they can lead one of these small and medium or large and mega projects. And we also have research awards. Normally they are not done during the gala with Project Excellence because we have a research conference, and we had 5 winners from last year. And now let's just have a quick look at what are the upcoming events. As I mentioned, this year we celebrate our 60th anniversary of IPMA. Radana?
Thank you, Mary. So we would like also to invite all of you to join us in some of the upcoming events. The first of them is actually already next week. It will be the 13th Research Conference in Dubai, and it will be from 19th to 11th of April. During this conference, we will announce the winners of IPMA Global Research Awards in various categories, and all of you are more than welcome to join. The maybe more important event for all of you here, Mary, if you can change the slide, sorry.
Yes.
Is actually the 34th IPMA World Congress. Why this event is maybe a bit more important, because during this event, on the last day of this event, on the 19th of September, there will be the IPMA Global Awards Gala ceremony. And I honestly wish to see most of you which are here there at the stage, because that will mean that you are actually one of the winners of this year awards gala awards competition. In case that you are a winner, you will anyhow receive the information on time, so that you will have enough time in case that you need visa, invitation letter, and logistic preparations. So we are excited and hope that you will join us there. In case that you have more questions regarding all of this event, you can reach to us via these emails or to double check on IPMA Awards website and the general IPMA website about these events, how to register and how to participate. If you scan this QR code, it will also lead to awards website. Thank you.
So last thoughts about any Q&A? Sorry, I'm presenting and I don't see the chat.
At this moment, we don't have any other questions.
I think we had good Q&A sessions before that. So thank you for participating in today's webinar. We look forward to the opportunity to collaborate and work together in the future. Let's stay connected. Let's wish that we see you at, as Vladana said, at the stage in Berlin. And let's really work together to bring the awards and project excellence forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
See you.